The show needs to change that. Connect. So that right there from Orlando Arcia is the performance that I was expecting. What? Bro, we smacked that. Hey guys, welcome back to the Deadliss YouTube and Twitch streaming channel. I am excited because we have a new game coming out. It is The Show 26. I'm going to do a quick gameplay and talk about the things that I want to change and looking forward into the next game. Stay tuned and we're going to get started. Alright, so for the convenience of this video, because I want to talk about AaronJudge, we're going to be playing this team. Let's see what Mr. 99 is going to do in this gameplay. We're going to be giving Anthony Volpe some at-bats here. The velo on Chris Sale's slider, it's good. In my last gameplay, I talked about how if the pitcher were to be on the other side of that plate, oh, he dropped it, bro. So right in the middle as I was explaining, that was a perfect example of Jurickson Profar making an error on the play. Clearly open, ended up giving Volpe a double right there. But yes, biggest pet peeve is just delay of reaction there. The other thing that I probably would want them to work on is reaction time. So horrible reaction time has cost me several games. So that was a perfect play, good example of good reaction. Felt like there was a slight delay there, and the slight delay was actually the second baseman picking up the ball. When it comes to at-bats, I'm glad that he called that a ball, but let's see if we get an example of a pitch being in the strike zone that is called a ball. Okay, so that was a good smoke. I will take that. It's not the pitch that we were looking for, of course. I was expecting a fastball, so I probably would have been slightly early at that. Ooh, he almost hit me. So one thing I can tell you is that I'm hoping for certain players and improvements on their swinging and their timing. So Austin Riley just belted that and we normal swung. I can say that when it comes to the PCI and the PCI readings, when the PCI doesn't throw the way that I needed to throw, there's sometimes where I will swing and I will swing extended. In my last gameplay, I was power swinging and I just got off balance. So that's another thing too in the Show 26 that I would like for them to fix. Oh! Let's go. So we got a double off of that weak high fly ball. So we were late on that. I'm hoping for a little bit more joystick movement. So we got through with a hit on that. Okay, so Garrett Cole is in a 3-1 count. He hasn't been able to pitch to me decently, but what I'm looking forward to in 26 is a more competitive pitching style. Like, that definitely was a strike. And to me, that's a competitive pitching style. He wanted me to extend on the edge. So I'm going to tag and get us an easy score here. Oh, he hopped against the wall for that. That was actually a beautiful play. For CodyBellinger, yeah, that was a good save. So CodyBellinger is another player I'm looking forward to in the 26 because plays like that gets me excited about MLB The Show 26. Alright, Giancarlo Stanton, pretty good batter. Good play, good reaction. Edge strikes are going to be a big deal to me in MLB The Show 26 because I love throwing them. I love throwing them with an accurate pitcher. So I'm looking to see the player improvements. And then also, too, the story mode of things. So it's going to be interesting because they added new stadiums. Like, one of the biggest things is playing in a different country. I'm excited for that because I want to be able to see what their fan base looks like. And that was a pop-up. It's plays like that, like for performance. I guess directional batting goes. I actually end up changing the way that I bat. And I'm looking for more of a realism. So also too, I want to see how good every single pitcher is that is or has been updated on each team. So. Okay, so he just fouled off like 8 of my pitches. He's swinging at anything and everything. And I didn't get a strike. So that is a primary example of what I should have gotten. And I'm hoping for the Show 26 to change that. I just gave him 8 pitches. This is the 9th pitch, and it turned into a ground ball. So ultimately, the game knows, and I noticed this too, to raise your pitch count if you're doing too well. I don't like that. I prefer the competitive gaming style. So adjust to how I'm playing or give me something a tad bit harder. Let's go. So reaction plays like that is what I'm looking forward to. There have been times where I've missed plays like that completely, like actually at the start of this game. I just gave Jazz Chisholm 2 straight fastballs and he was late. Oh, he is not having a good day. All right, the work still isn't over. This game, when you purchase it, I'd probably recommend getting the $100 value one just because it comes with more play packs and more opportunities to do stuff, especially when it comes to the Negro League. Starting a series on that, which is what I'm looking forward to do in MLB The Show 26. And I'm excited for it. But when it comes to, for me, pitching, like my specialty is pitching, like all the way. Okay, so CodyBellinger did a good job on that at-bat. I will give him that. Chris Sale happens to be pitching very, very well right now. The only thing that I don't like is that I try to get at least 10 pitches per inning, nothing less. But he will tend to start throwing mistakes at 70 pitches. Yeah, see? Chris threw that exactly in the center, and as many pitches as I cycled out, that's exactly what happened. So I'm hoping that the PCI changes, I guess, the lottery pick for that. That's kind of where I'm at with this game. I do like the Show 25, but major improvements would need to come to the Show 26. Because if I strike him out in 3 pitches right here, that means that the game decided to do that. Yep. So the game, when it comes to the at-bats and the pitching, bear down pitching, like I threw some solid pitches. What the game will do is have me throw a mistake pitch and then I'll get a home run. And I've lost games because of that. He had 2 opportunities and he's a powerful batter. So the thing that I would like to change too with the pitchers is if they have like their relievers, like throw it in the strike zone. Nothing is more worse than a bad pitcher. Also too, the first thing that I do notice at this game is the explanation between the confidence level. So I want to know what brings their confidence up, what brings it down, because to me, I feel like if somebody else hits a home run on my team, their confidence just stays. So if they could dive deep into attributes, which I saw on the trailer that they are, that would be a good explanation for that block that I see on my screen. So like that knuckle curveball was a good one. And I was just early on that, but his contact has been weak the last 3 pitches I've gotten. The good news is that we're raising his pitch count just as high as mine is right now, which isn't that bad, but we're slowing the game down. Ooh, he got me on that changeup too. I was smart. Perfect, beautiful home run right in the center, normal swing. I can tell the reading on that changeup when it happened. Those are the kind of plays that I would like in the 26. But then again, those are kind of plays that I don't want to happen because I'm pretty sure that was a lottery play where he walked me, got one out, and he's tired. So he's bound to throw a mistake probably after the 15th pitch. And so those are things that I'm looking out for in the 26 is, do I keep it under 10 pitches? And if I go over 10 pitches, am I bound to make a mistake? So good contact on that changeup. So for people like Orlando Arcia, he's a good batter, but like I need improvements on these players. So I'm going to be studying improvements on these players like stats, power, attributes, all that. All right, so we're entering the 5th inning. We did get a couple people through the home plate. So like I'd like to know their confidence level and then like reaction, just like this. Their reaction is terribly slow for that ball just to shoot up the middle. So again, it boils down to stats. Did you improve from 25 or is 26 going to be the same performance? Okay, so reaction. again. So good reaction, but I felt that it could be a little bit quicker on speed. So like the orange accelerating strips on the ground, if they could give that potential boost other than what they have now. So he got nervous and swung at that fastball down below, and he was anticipating it again. So that was actually a clean strikeout, and I'll take that. So Anthony Volpe is at bat. Remember, we got to be careful with the first three on here because they don't play around. So Mark Leiter Jr. has come in to replace Garrett Cole. They're going to try to slow the game down, but as you see, Michael Harris II just got a perfect sweeping pitch and just exited at 111. So okay, so that advancement was pretty good for my team. Jurickson Profar did let me move Michael Harris II up to second base, so I'll take that. These guys do work well together as a team, which is why I want to go more into the confidence level of the PCI, because that would help me understand the game. It might be a little bit too technical, but I care about stuff like that. So like this sinker, perfectly in the middle, tag, powerful throw. Austin Riley, that was a very good pitch, but like, did we improve? So I didn't like that corner sinker. But of course, realism on gameplay, I do want them to keep that. Or a curveball. So one of the things that I did not see in his pitching repertoire yet, so Mark Leiter Jr. Definitely knows how to end a inning, but we're going to come back and start pitching crazy right now. When it comes to their pitching, you guys are probably like, why do you pick the button and just throw? I felt that it was easier for me, but going into 26, I'm probably going to change the way I play my games and actually go with the realism of pitching. It might be a struggle at first, but I'm looking forward to it. Okay, so we gave Jazz Chisholm a ball. I do like that they've cleaned this up quite a bit. And the striking out looking. So the fact that AaronJudge hasn't hit anything makes me think that this game... Yeah, see? All ground balls. So is the PCI having these great players hit outside the strike zone, hoping that they score or move up on base? Because I find it impossible that I'm striking out AaronJudge like that. So Chris Sale is at his 79th pitch, and we're on the 6th inning, which is kind of high. And like I mentioned before, he's bound to make mistakes. Good reaction, Chris. That's what I expect in 26. That is a perfect example. That kind of quick reaction. And it didn't even signal to me that it was coming. I just happened to just see the ball just disappear and tap X or tap circle before he could even see it. And it worked in my favor. But like, what if they implemented like a slowdown method to catch it? Give you an opportunity to catch it. So his curveball is pretty slow and he's jamming me up. But if he gives me another one and I pay close attention, I might get a home run. So when it comes to PCI placement, like this release, their relievers don't plan on pitching in the strike zone. So pretty awful pitching right there, or pretty awful at bats there. I'm not going to stick Chris Sale in because I'm going to see, or take him out. I'm going to see if Chris Sale makes it to his 100th pitch, rather actually the end of the game. So good reaction from Arcia. Just within a split second there for Giancarlo Stanton. He's just as good on this team, powerful hitter, but these guys aren't really putting anything on the scoreboard right now, which is worrisome. And you can tell that Chris is getting tired because he's not throwing exactly the way that you would want in the strike zone. When I threw that slider, it just literally caved in. So we got a new pitcher, Tim Hill. Left-handed pitcher, which is actually a good thing because I can actually see the ball like this. So exactly what I mentioned, I do like left-handed pitchers for that reason. So Tim Hill's first pitch was a slider and I got Jarred Kelenic to normal swing and completely put that in a different direction of the field. And I see that they labeled it show drone, so that's cool. And then more development on the StatCast, because I want to know velocity, angle, besides speed, and hang time. So I mentioned that I prefer left-handed, but see, once I get with a right-handed batter, it becomes a little different. And I'm actually right-handed, so that's weird, because I should be able to see the ball perfectly, which a lot of times, like that slider, I did, because I saw it arc. But I cannot see below the strike zone on the right side. I know that sounds crazy. See, like that, I had good timing, but I almost swung at the last minute. So the missed play cost them. His reaction was garbage. So the PCI will do that sometimes, but it's not like when a human plays, it happens often. Okay, so I tried to slow the bat down because I know Jurickson is a powerful hitter. He's 0 for 3 and his confidence is just as low. As a team, they're winning. And I can't understand why their confidence is low. So, San Diego Studios, explain why confidence is low, but yet I'm winning. Okay, so we're at the 8th inning, and Jason Dominguez just took a strike at the corner. I literally edge-striked him out. Alright, so Chris Sale is making it at his 92nd pitch, which is actually pretty powerful for him. And then what happens is that they make a mistake. So this next pitch could potentially be a mistake because he's tired. But I guess because he ran. But double play. The reaction. Look at that reaction. This is specifically what they needed to change. So yes, there were mistakes, but too slow. And this is the wrong person to be making mistakes against. So I almost got him on an edge strike right there. But Chris is tired. He's at 101 right now. Got him out looking. So really, really nasty 8th mid-inning right there. Just because mistakes were made. But there was a clear example of what the show 26 needs to change. And so I'm playing the Yankees for this specific reason, to go over this stuff. So this is their 4th reliever right now, Jake Cousins, coming in. We're in the middle of the 8th, or the end of the 8th now. So it looks like when they get to their 4th reliever, their plans, especially when it's late like this, they don't have any plans of actually pitching. So like Matt Olson's confidence is high, but like a person like Michael Harris II, like why is their confidence low? Okay, so like I mentioned before, relievers have no plans of coming in. He's at a 3-1 count, so he's got to walk me or give me something good to hit. Yep, I'll take it. I saw that fastball coming right at the edge. Oh! So I bombed that. He caught that. He could have got a double play if he was very nimble. So if the show 26 changes that kind of gameplay where they're like catching it in the air and tagging you, that's going to be something to be fearful of. So edge strike, he tried to get me, so he ended up walking me. This is how you read the PCI. All it takes is one good swing. That's all it takes. Okay, so weak, just late. We just passed the 8th inning, and now we're on the 9th, and so we've got to get Mr. Judge out, otherwise he's going to continue this game. Yep. Oh my gosh. So we have 2 people on base, so now we have a potential real threat, and this is where the game starts to get hard and destroys you. So I know that Chris Sale can make it to... he can make it to 103 pitches, but the warm-ups that they have, Anderson Pilar and Dylan Lee, nah. Rizel's going to be the better choice, even if he has 3 repertoires. We're going to end the warm-up and just get him ready, because they all should be ready. See, like I said, that can change anything. See? I told you, look at this. This is 9th inning. The show needs to change that. I have played this game 3 times already, and I noticed that every time I get to the 9th inning, they do this. So now we have to extend it, and Jason Dominguez can get this. He can win this game, and we only have 1 out left. Yep. So I'd rather walk him because the game is working my pitch count. And Anthony Volpe is the same way. So the fact that the batting lineup has turned over, we have got to score. Like this worked. When it gets to the 9th inning, how many of you guys rage out that you should have won? That's a strike. And he called that a ball. This is opportunities that, yep, this is opportunities that the show, the 26 needs to change. So the score is now 7-6 because of missed opportunities. So I'm glad I was able to walk you guys through this particular gameplay to show you guys why you've been getting boned. Hopefully the creators, when they sat down and actually played this game, was like, oh, we could have did better there. So New York ended up getting a grand slam on me for no reason. Connect. So that right there from Orlando Arcia is the performance that I was expecting. What? Bro, we smacked that. That's the performance I'm expecting out of him, and the game just robbed us. Yep. So now you guys have eyewitness that we just got robbed off of a perfect swing. Okay, so they got what they wanted. Easy game to play. New York is not a hard team to play, but the fact that I had a missed call on edge strikes. So we talked about bear down pitching in the adjustment to at bats. I'm looking forward to it, but definitely things that they need to change, which comes to my next thing. If you guys are at the end of this video, MLB The Show comes out March the 17th. Early access is going to be on March the 13th. If you're catching me at the end of this, we're going to be streaming that day. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we will see you guys next week. And we're going to keep talking about MLB The Show 26 officially till it comes out. So look forward to some more gameplays.